Hello everyone and welcome to the Street Talk. I'm your girl Street and I'm back with another video. Make sure that you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can be aware of when I drop more hot videos. Now the streets are on fire and it is all about Power Book 2 Ghost, baby. Now STARZ just dropped the last episode at midnight and fans are literally losing their minds. They are even predicting what might happen when the season returns. Now if you have not seen it yet, I am doing a quick review, and we must not forget summer of 2021 Raising Cain will be airing, featuring rapper 50 Cent, and then there is also another book with Tommy Egan. So us Power fans will be able to watch new seasons of Power in the near future. But those of you who have seen tonight's episode, what do you think about it? It was action-packed, in my opinion, one of the best episodes of the entire season. It had tons and tons of highlights. Now this episode jumps off with Monet, who visits Rico. Now Monet owes Rico some money. Rico is played by Jackie Long. He accepts the money. You know, he says some little sarcastic things to Monet, but the whole situation turns left when she shoots Rico down. Now a lot of Power fans do not like Monet, who is played by legendary singer Mary J. Blige. They feel that her character is very dry and boring, but Mary is doing a decent job playing Monet, in my opinion, because Monet is coming off as a true queen pin and she has body. She is taking over this drug game, even though her husband Lorenzo is behind bars. But what do you guys think about this whole situation? Do you feel as if this was a good move for Monet and her family, or will this cause more problems when the new season returns? Now the next scene is also a second highlight for me. It shows Cain getting rid of Officer Ramirez's body, and I'm just sitting back like, why would you? What is really going on mentally with Cain? Now we all know that Officer Ramirez was banging out Monet, but I'm telling you guys, these characters cannot separate emotions from the business. Now, why would Cain kill the only person who can keep him and his family out of legal trouble? And he has kept their family out of legal trouble. And we really can't even blame the other siblings. Officer Ramirez has kept Cain out of trouble, but eventually Cain's family will put two and two together and realize that Cain did actually kill Officer Ramirez. Now Zeke has been getting trolled all over the internet as we speak, Power fans, because people believe he is not the sharpest knife in the drawer, and I keep telling fans he is playing a character that is not a so bright athlete, and he is doing a great job. Now we all have seen a student in high school or college that could play sports very well, but they were not that intelligent, and this is who Zeke is. But he storms over to Professor Milgram's office and he's questioning her about talking to the police, and then he heads over to TARIQ's dorm and he tells TARIQ how he should not fool around with Monet and his family, and he also told TARIQ how Monet doesn't tell everything. So this is even more confirmation how TARIQ should keep his eyes and ears open as it relates to Monet Monet and her family. Now, everybody is worried about Zeke not being so bright. Clearly, we could see that Kane is not stable as well, because he shows up to visit Drew at the hospital, and Drew is not feeling it because the last conversation that him and Kane had did not go so well because loyalty was questioned. Now, Kane is going back and forth with Drew. He even brings up TARIQ's name, and Drew lets him know that TARIQ has nothing to do with this. It's basically all on Kane. Now, everybody is siding with TARIQ, and this is pissing Kane off even more because now he is really ready to give TARIQ the business. But Drew also mentioned Officer Ramirez's name and how he protects the family as well. And Kane basically suggested how he killed off Officer Ramirez. And this does not sit well with Drew. Now, this is the moment us Power fans have been longing for. The day that TARIQ takes the stand and totally destroy Cooper Saxe. And that's exactly what took place. Now, Saxe did not go out without a fight. He tried to trap TARIQ and use his words against him, but TARIQ spilled all of the tea. He told the judge how Saxe had him followed, drugged. He even mentioned how Saxe was present the night that his father, Ghost, was killed at the club. Now, this caused so much chaos inside the courtroom to where the judge recessed and everybody went back to her chambers. But I just want to give a big shout out to Miss Tamika because she is a beast of all beasts as it relates to her doing her lawyer thing. She coached TARIQ very well. He was able to take control of the stand and not get caught up by Cooper Saxe. Now, Saxe's boss, Steven, was not going to let all of this controversy go down on his watch, so he made a deal with TASHA. She could be set free if she turned in Tommy Egan. Now, TASHA knows this goes against the G code, but she accepts the deal because TASHA has another agenda. She is planning to run and she wants TARIQ to come with her. Now we have TARIQ sitting down with Diana and they are discussing all of the madness that has been taking place inside the family. And TARIQ is basically building alliances within Monet's family, and this is one of the reasons why Kane cannot stand him. But if he can get Diana to truly trust him, she will be a good inside connect for TARIQ. Now, Diana did tell TARIQ how Kane wants him dead and to be careful, so this is more confirmation to not trust Monet family. Now, TARIQ runs also into BRAYDEN, and BRAYDEN knows that TASHA is out of jail and he wants TARIQ to stay in the dope game. Now, BRAYDEN told TARIQ that this is the best thing he is good at. Now, this statement to me was very deep because BRAYDEN comes from a wealthy family who's very influential in the community, politics, and school. So BRAYDEN could be any and everything that he wants to be. Sky is the limit, but he chooses to settle for this drug game. So we're just going to have to see how this plays out. Now, Professor Reynolds has won the Big Dummy Award when he requested to sit down with TARIQ. And when he does, he tells TARIQ how he knows everything he is doing down to TARIQ selling drugs. Now, TARIQ is sitting there and he is fish grease hot, but he is trying not to show it. Now, Professor Reynolds wants to write a book about TARIQ, and he is willing to share his allowance if TARIQ goes along with it. Now, TARIQ doesn't at first, but he needs the money to pay Monet back with. Now, this next scene was one of my favorites. It was when TASHA pulled up on Monet. Now, Tasha wants to buy back TARIQ, but Monet is telling Tasha that TARIQ is in too deep. Now, I told you guys earlier in the season that these two were going to bump heads, and it's all about this picture right here, guys. Who is TARIQ going to choose? Choose wisely. Now, the reason that I am emphasizing this is because we know that eventually these two women will bump heads because they have the same exact background. Okay? They do. They come from the same exact background. Now, Monet already told Tasha that TARIQ will always choose his mom, which means TARIQ will choose Tasha over Monet. Now, this can go so many different ways, but I want to hear from you all. What do you think will happen between Tasha and Monet? Because this is going to be very, very epic. Now, in the midst of Monet and Tasha going back and forth, gunfire begins to ring out. They both went for cover, and when Tasha looked out the window to see who it was, we see this car, which lets us know Tommy Egan is back. And this was one of the most epic comebacks of the entire season. Some people will say it was too big, but I am rooting for Tommy Egan, and he is coming for blood. He is out to kill Tasha because now it is public that he is the one who killed Ghost. Now, TARIQ pulls up on Tommy Egan, and I was like, oh my God, TARIQ, what are you doing? But Tommy told TARIQ how he wants all the smoke as it relates to Tasha. And you know, Tommy is still upset that TARIQ killed his best friend, Ghost. But TARIQ tells Tommy that he has a plan if he'll listen, and how he can make all of this go away. Now, TARIQ meets up with Professor Reynolds, and this is another highlight of the episode for me because Mr. Reynolds is giving TARIQ the money so he can give it to Monet. But in the middle of them talking, Kane walks up and shoots Mr. Reynolds in the shoulder. Now, this was going to be a very bad situation for TARIQ, but he talked his way out of the situation. He told Kane that killing him and Mr. Reynolds at the university would cause Zeke to lose everything, and Monet will truly put him out of the family. Now, this make Kane really think. He hands over the gun to TARIQ, and TARIQ uses it to kill Mr. Reynolds. So TARIQ has caught another body. He got rid of the person who was trying to write a book about him, about his entire life. TARIQ even said it always boils down to him, his family, and a gun. And to be honest with you, I am so glad Mr. Reynolds is gone. Now, do you guys think this was a smart move for TARIQ? Because he did kill a professor and then the pool incident. So this is a lot of heat. So what do you guys think will happen with this entire situation? But TARIQ did earn brownie points from Kane because he has to look like he is a rider to get Kane on his side. So we're just going to have to see how this all plays out. Now it is time for TARIQ to meet up with Tasha because she is trying to get away and she wants TARIQ to go with her. But TARIQ outsmarts his own mother. He calls the FBI and have her back in witness protection, and TARIQ is only doing this to protect her from Tommy Egan. Now, I believe this was a very emotional scene because Tasha realized that TARIQ is who she made him to be, and now she is stuck with the possibility of losing another child to the game. So what do you guys think? Do you think this was a good move that TARIQ made to save his mom, or do you believe it will come back and backfired. But in the midst of this, Tommy shows back up because he knows he cannot trust TARIQ. Now, supposedly, Tommy died in a fire while he was being chased by the FBI, trailing TASHA, but he knew something else was going on. But Monet comes to save the day. She pulls out her strap on Tommy Egan and he goes away, but he lets TARIQ know that they will not see each other again. Now, Monet asks TARIQ, did he really kill his father? And this was basically the end of the episode. So what did you all think about Power Book 2 Ghost episode 10? I mean, honestly, every scene was a highlight. There are so many predictions floating around. Mine's are that Monet and TASHA will definitely bump heads. I think TARIQ did not do a good job when he killed off Professor Reynolds, but he is still trying to win brownie points with Kane and the Monet family. Now, I'm not sure if Kane and Monet's relationship can be rebuilt, but I'm pretty sure she'll let him back in the family based off of what Lorenzo told her to do. And their relationship is a little bit awkward to me. Now, Brayden and TARIQ's relationship, I believe, is still going to be strong. And I also believe that TARIQ will eventually go back into the dope game because he doesn't have any money to pay out. So all the money will be his. So what do you guys think? Please leave your predictions down below. And thank you for tuning into the Street Talk. I'm your girl Street, and I'll be back with another video. Peace.